Hey guys, welcome to NY Sports MC. Hopefully, you guys are having a good evening. I know, unfortunately, not the results that we wanted today are not even close. Like I said, I know that this team is still building. We're still building here, but we want to see them be a little more competitive than they were today. Uh, just not the start to the season we were looking for. Um, so, if you guys didn't see, I did post a video during halftime. And I see I'm lagging. Is it lagging pretty bad, guys? Try to see if it starts. I know YouTube's kind of been acting up lately on live streams for quite a few people. Hopefully it starts to work, but it seems like it's pretty bad, at least on my end. Can one of you guys let me know what you think? Is it bad on your end as well? Sorry, guys. I was just trying to give it a minute there. I don't see anybody commenting, so I'm going to keep going. Maybe it's just lagging on my end here. But my initial thoughts, right? Very similar to the halftime thoughts. I mean, I think we played better in the second half, but who knows? Maybe, the Bills were letting up a little bit. If we just look at the offense, obviously not doing the defense any favors, not staying on the field at all, not able to get any first downs for a while there. They have to play better. And as I mentioned in my halftime video, I'm not sitting here, and I'm not going to sit here today and defend Gase. You can't. He was severely outcoached. But all these people, there's been two major things I've been hearing as I've been in the comment sections of other people's live chats and just kind of looking around. And those two big things are, one, that Adam Gase needs to be fired immediately, which could be true, right? If we had another head coach in here, could we be playing better? Yes. Is that going to be the answer and the end-all, be-all to make us this, AFC East title champs? No, it's not. It's not going to get it done, right? This team is just not good enough. So, I just want to make sure I mention that because, like I said, it seems like everybody's just kind of saying, "Hey, get rid of Gase and like everything's going to be okay." No, it's not going to be. So that's something that, like I said, they're gonna. It goes well beyond the coach here because everybody loves Greg Williams and everybody wants them to fire Gase and make Greg Williams the head coach. Well, how did his defense look today? And then people will say, "Well, they were on the field for 40 minutes." Yes. And part of that was the fact that the offense was not getting any first downs. But part of that was also that the defense wasn't getting any stops either, right? A lot of penalties on the defensive side of the ball. We had 9 for 90-something on a game. Not 100% sure how many of those were defensive versus offensive, but I feel like most of them were defensive. I really don't remember very many offensive penalties. I think, the one holding on Mekhi Becton. But that's really the only one that I can think of off the top of my head. Most of them were defensive penalties. So they didn't force a single 3-and-out, I don't think, the whole game. The Bills punted, I think, once. So, like I said, you're not helping yourself. You're letting them go on sustained long drives. I know you weren't getting many breaks. You did cause a few turnovers, which was great, but those were after long drives. So, again, it's not like they turned them over real quick and then the offense gave it right back to them. They drove down the field, and then we got turnovers in the red zone, which we were fortunate, right? So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about Gase and what's going on because, like I said, it's not all one guy. You can't blame it all on one person. It's ridiculous. Let me see what's going on in the comments because my comments aren't even really working here. Yeah, screen being live streamed during the game. Wow, what a shocker, I have to say. Yeah, sorry, guys. So my comments aren't even working that well. I know, like I said, YouTube's been having some big difficulties. But like I said, that was the main things. And then you look at the people that are saying, oh, we're the worst team in the league. Let's tank for Trevor, right? I don't want to hear anybody say anything about tank for Trevor. This was ridiculous. The thing is, if you bring in Trevor, even if we do get the number one overall pick, you know what I do with the number one overall pick? I turn it and trade it for a king's ransom. I would trade Trevor Lawrence. I don't care. Because the thing is, even if Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback, we're going to put him in the same position as Sam Darnold's in, with a team that's not good enough around him. I want as many assets as we can because we have to build the whole team. And I still do believe that Sam Darnold could be a quarterback. He did kind of upset me a little bit today. Did not play very well. Missed quite a few throws that he should have had. So I can't defend him today. He did not play well. He needs to improve drastically in his performance. But the thing is, he's still super, super young. And I know that after a while, there's no more excuses, right? But what I'm saying is I'm willing to give him a longer term because of the fact that he's young and because of the fact that we need to build the rest of the team. So what I'm willing to do is build the rest of the team. Go out there, get a wide receiver, get an interior offensive lineman. We need guards. Get a corner, right? Build up the rest of this unit. And then if Sam really isn't the answer, at that point you could go ahead and draft another rookie quarterback, and hopefully they'll be more successful because they'll have more talent around them. I'm not going to bring another quarterback in with subpar talent around them. We're just going to be spinning our wheels, right? And nothing's ever going to change. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Can't just keep drafting quarterbacks. I know you keep drafting quarterbacks till you got one, right? But the thing is, we're just setting these guys up for failure, right? A lot of this is, you look at some of the throws. Yes, Darnold had some really bad throws, but he's getting shaky in the pocket because, for one, they weren't holding up as well, probably better than last year, but also the receivers weren't helping him, right? They weren't really getting open very often, and that's a big thing, right? Is that these guys need talent around them. You need wide receivers that can separate. So, like I said, just give me a second here. I actually got the comments up on my phone because they're not working here on the computer. I don't know what's going on. So just trying to kind of bounce back and forth here. The amount of time Josh Allen had was unbelievable. He could have had a cup of tea and then made a pass. Yeah, so that was definitely a thing, right? And I appreciate all you guys for coming in. I know, like I said, I know YouTube's being really laggy right now. There's nothing I can do about it. I wouldn't be comfortable signing Darnold to a long-term contract. Wouldn't write him off yet, but he hasn't. Yeah, I mean, Joey, that's the thing. We could just, we still have him. What is this, his third year? So we have him for 2 more years. So that's the thing. You can just kind of continue to play it out with him and build up the talent around it, because that's the thing is that, like I said, I'm not going to go to another quarterback with the same talent. Gase outplayed himself for the tight end screen. Yeah, man, I thought that tight end screen, maybe it was just my homerism. I thought it was incomplete. Like I said, they just, not very long with control there. I've seen people have control a lot longer than that and get called incomplete. So, like I said, I don't know, man. Like I said, I thought that was, but still, yeah, you shouldn't be running that play. What happened to the drag routes? Right? I guess I don't know if they just weren't getting open, but you saw last year Robbie was doing a whole bunch of those deep drag routes that Sam was hitting. Would have liked to see some of those. And that's another thing, too. Everybody's saying, hey, look, I'm happy for him. I hope he plays well. He's not even in our conference. But they're like, oh, look how great Robbie did. Robbie had 1 catch for 75 yards. That really – and obviously we need that game-breaking talent, but does the same thing like Crowder. Crowder didn't have a great game. He had 1 catch for 60-something yards and a touchdown, and it inflates his numbers, right? So – it is what it is, right? I'm not going to get upset over that. If we had Mims, Robbie, Jamal, and CJ, the game would have been different. Maybe. I think out of all those people you mentioned, CJ Mosley is the most important one there. If we had CJ Mosley, the game would have been different. Jamal, would it have been different? Marcus May did just what Jamal was doing. So why would I say that? And that's not me just being, upset because he left. Look at what Marcus May did. He was playing that exact same role. Yeah, he missed 1 of the sacks in the beginning. Came back, had 2 sacks, 2 passes defended, 10 tackles, a forced fumble. Marcus May was all over the place. So he would have been playing that role, and I don't think that McDougal did anything wrong in the back end where May would have been better than him back there. So I don't know how much Jamal Adams would have really helped us today. CJ Mosley, that's a different story. And I even think that the Blake Cashman injury was huge. And I'll tell you what, I was a big Cashman fan. I thought he played pretty well last year. We can't depend on him. He had an injury history in college. He got hurt last year. He's already hurt this year. He cannot be depended on going forward. They have to play as if he's never going to play for us again. And that's how they have to build this team moving forward. You can't keep depending on these people who have histories of injuries. You can't. You got if you have a few of them on the roster, fine, so be it. If they play, great. but you can't depend on those guys because he's just shown that he can't. Like 2 plays into the game and he was hurt, out for the game. Like we can't have that. But I think he was going to play a big role in spying on Josh Allen. He has that ability to do that, and obviously when you lose him so early in the game, that was a tough one. Logan, Darryl Loggins is just, I guess he's Casey's buddy. He holds the flag, and that's about it. I mean, you're an offensive coordinator that doesn't even call plays. And he doesn't do much. I give you credit. You called what would happen this year before. Yeah, Dark Demonic has been saying that for a while. How long will Bell be out? Not sure. I mean, I was just wondering the whole time if that's the hamstring that he said wasn't hurt when Gay said it was hurt in that scrimmage that they ran. So he may be out for a few weeks, and we may be pretty thin at the running back position, seeing as P. Ryan's out too. So hopefully we get P. Ryan back, start to get a little something going in that backfield. But if we have Bell and P. Ryan out, they're going to have to bring somebody in. I don't have words for what I watched today. I just want Gase gone. Yeah, like I said, and I have no problem if you guys want Gase gone. And like I said, I'm getting very close to being on that 100% on that train too. But what I don't want people to think is that that's going to be the cure-all, right? I don't care who was coaching that team today. We were just not good enough, right? And that's what we're seeing is that there's still a lot of positions that need to be addressed. I think the most important positions that need to be addressed, wide receiver. We can't get any separation. Corner. And I really liked what you saw from Blessing on Austin today. I think he played well, and he lays the wood, man. That guy can hit. But Desir getting benched in the first, through one half of football, not good, right? They need to get another corner. They need to get an edge rusher. Josh Allen, like we just mentioned, sitting back there, doing whatever he wants back there. So yeah, definitely need some better players as well. Like I said, the coach is not going to make that big of a difference. Gage could win us a Super Bowl, and I would still hate him. No, I don't care who the head coach is. I would love him if he won us a Super Bowl. Did you see the attempt of a tackle Evans made on Crowder? It almost like he's saying, bringing the guy from the Giants. Just leading rusher is 100 years old, Frank Gore. This team is joke. This should be been a statement game. I think you missed the big point. There is little to none bright side here. Yeah, no, there really isn't. And that's the thing, that there really isn't a bright spot from today's game because, I think Becton held up okay for a rookie in his first game. I know he had the one penalty. He gave up a few pressures, but we knew that was going to happen. We knew that he wasn't going to come in and play at an all-pro level. I think he played well enough to show that he can, if he continues to develop, he could be a good player here. But other than that, yeah, I mean, there was really nothing good to take out of it. Sam Darnold did not look good. The wide receivers played horrible. I guess the only good thing, if I had to pick one good thing, was the run defense against running backs. Because obviously when Allen broke the pocket, he was able to run and do his thing. But the run defense, the regular run defense, like usual, was pretty solid. The two running backs for the Bills could not get anything going. And also I don't really think they needed to. They kind of abandoned it pretty quickly when they saw that all they had to do was spread us out. And that's the one thing, too, that everybody gives Greg Williams a pass. And I like Greg Williams. He's a good defensive coordinator, but I can't stand how he teaches and coaches up the corners. Now, I know our corners aren't that good, but this has always been a thing with Greg Williams. You can hear this from anybody. What he does with his defense is he doesn't want to give up the big play. These corners, they play this style of defense like, let's give them the completion and then make the tackle. They play so far off and they give up so much space that they let them catch the ball and then wrap them up and tackle them. And that's the thing, like with him, he wants good tacklers for that reason, but it's like, come on, why are we giving up free yards? Like, get up on these people and let's not give them, any free yardage. And that's the one big thing I hate about it. I want to, after this year, if this year continues to go the path that week one went, I want everyone gone. The only one I want to bring back is Brent Boyer, our special teams coordinator, because I think he does a good job. Everyone else can go. get a whole new coaching staff in here. If you're firing anybody, fire them all. Get them all out of here. Because like I said, even Greg Williams, his defenses are right, man, but there's a reason that he's always bouncing around. There's a reason that he's only been a one-time head coach. There's a reason that he's been interim head coaches and never given the full-time job. It's just – let me try to catch up on these comments. Like I said, sorry, man. It's just not working on the computer today, so I got to keep going back and forth, and that's why I'm looking down, trying to see where was Q. I have no idea. Q was committing penalties. What happens if Darnold says he won't play another year in New York after the season? The game ended 5 hours ago. Haven't we vented enough? No, that's what we're here to talk about. Are you trying to – so – let's go back to that. I mean, I don't know if Darnold will say that. I can't. Like, quarterbacks, they got to watch. They can't. You don't want to become Jay Cutler, right? Quarterbacks can't do what Jamal Adams did, right? Because you're supposed to be a leader of the locker room. You're supposed to be a leader of the offense. That's going to rub a lot of other teams the wrong way, and they're not going to want to really deal with you anyway either. So I don't think that that's really something that they would do. But wins and losses is the name of the game. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Panthers lost, but we were competitive while we looked atrocious. So, Motivated T, I don't know if you said that because Rule or Robbie Anderson. Robbie had 135 yards. No, I think Robbie had 115 or 110, something like that. But still, yeah, he had a 75-yard touchdown that accounted for most of those yards. Other than that, I think he had 5 catches for 30 yards or something along those lines. So he was not having a very good game until late in the game when he scored that really long touchdown, which was very similar to like Jamison Crowder, right? Crowder was not having a very good game. And then all of a sudden, the big touchdown on that screen pass doesn't get a pass. They need a higher – they need to get the head in the game. So that's my big thing, like I said. And it's just – it's so frustrating when we look at it and we just kind of – everybody, like I said, everybody follows the same path, right? Fire Gase. Draft Trevor Lawrence. Like, those are the two main things I heard all day once that game went south. And again, like I said, so you fire Gase and you draft Trevor Lawrence. You still have 2 guards that are not very good, that there's pressure right up the middle every single time. You still have wide receivers that can't get separation. You still have corners that can't cover anybody. You still have a front 7 that can't get after the quarterback, right? They can stop the run, but they can't get after the quarterback. So what are those 2 things going to solve? They're not going to solve anything. So that's why I said, hey, if we get the number 1 overall pick, I'm trading it for a boatload of picks, and I'm filling all these other needs, and I'm going to give Sam Darnold 2 more years with all these other needs filled to see what he got. And at that point, because the thing is, what does everybody keep saying? You win with a quarterback on a rookie deal. So if we go out and draft Trevor Lawrence and the rest of the team's still not ready to win, we're in the same spot again where you're wasting the rookie contract because the rest of the team's not good. So they got to build the rest of the team. That's what I want to see. Sam Darnold, we drafted him. He's super young, younger than Joe Burrow still, right? And Joe Burrow was just like number 1 overall. He's got 2 more years. Let it play out. Build up the rest of this team. Because then if you do that, if Sam Darnold's not the answer, now you got the rest of the team built up. Now you can go out and get another quarterback that potentially be your answer, right? So that's what you have to do. We can't keep spinning the wheels in the same spot here. Give Sam 1 more year, still have 2 fresh rounds in 2020. A lot of balls should have been caught. I want Gase gone, but I still want Sam. Sam sucks and the Jets are the worst team. They will draft. Yeah, I mean, they may, but that's not the right move, Monica. And you know it's not the right move because you're putting Trevor in the same spot that you got Sam in. So, and that's the thing. It's just not the right move to go out and draft another quarterback. But, is there a chance that we do that if we were in that pick? Yeah, but there is a chance, especially if we really did end up with the number 1 pick. That means either Sam got hurt or he really looked bad all year. But like I said, I'm just sick of putting the quarterback in these same situations again. I'm sick of, not having the talent that we need. We need to, like I said, we need to continue to improve this team as a whole. Hopefully, Joe Douglas can really take advantage next year in the free agency market. I think there could be a lot of people available in free agency. If that cap goes way down, like people are projecting, some teams may have to cut a bunch of people. Like, look at the Saints. They're projected to be way over the cap for next year. Way, way, way over the cap. Right? So these teams are going to have to cut players to get underneath. And we have projected, I think, the second most cap space. So hopefully, I think Joe Douglas kind of saw what was going on. He saw that there wasn't, a lot of good free agents. And that's what one of the things, too. People like saying, Joe Douglas's free agent signings didn't look too good. Joe Douglas's draft picks didn't look too good. A lot of his draft picks are hurt, really. But, like I said, that's why he put them on these short deals. It was just about roster flexibility moving forward. He's trying to field some players. He's trying to get them, a little bit better, but he's also trying to keep himself going. He knew that these guys he was bringing in free agency weren't long-term answers. He was just hoping that they could hold over and make the team somewhat competitive. So I'm not going to jump on Douglas because Pierre Desir sucks. I'm not going to do that. Well, why is it that for most part they always pass on first down and run on second down? Does Gase think he's fooling people? Yeah, I don't know. That, like I said, that's the big thing is that, it is very predictable in that sense, Stephen. But like I said, as predictable as the pass versus run is, these guys still aren't getting open. These guys still, as far as the wide receivers go, right? They may know you're passing, but they don't know what route you're running, right? So they can still get open, but they just don't. Jets can develop players, or draft good ones. None of our picks was there or good today. Is anyone else having buffering issues? Yeah, Grant, that is just YouTube. It's been affecting a lot of people recently. Some people's live streams have been going off all right, but I know like the Entertainer, he's been struggling through this same kind of buffering issue. There was a few people that I saw that were doing it too. You need good draft talent. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, you can't blame you can't say, hey, Douglas's draft class was bad after one game. Like I said, I think Becton played as expected. I think he played, we couldn't really expect him to do much better. I mean, like I said, the guy's transitioning at the left tackle position. I don't have an issue with the way that Becton played. He had the one holding penalty, fine. The one sack he gave up was more of a coverage sack. The fact that these receivers are not getting open. He flushed the guy all the way back around, and then he came back and got Sam from behind. So that's how you know that's a coverage sack. Ashton Davis, we didn't see that much from him. I thought we'd see him more on defense. Yeah, the hurdle, that was horrible. That's a rookie mistake. Hey, you're not running track right now, and these are not college players. They're pros. They see you hurdle. Very rarely can you hurdle a guy in the NFL. I think that that was the one mistake I think that the special teams coordinator made. They shouldn't have put him back there. He was, rookie. We needed a spark, and they tried to put him in there to provide the spark, and you see what happened, right? He tries to make too much happen, almost fumbled when he hit the ground, so didn't cough it up. But, yeah, that's the thing. You put him in a tough spot because he knew that he was getting put back there to try to have some kind of spark and really get this team going. But, you can't – it's tough to put a rookie in that spot. I notice every game players laughing at the Jets. No one takes them seriously. Why should they? Jets are good at beating themselves. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how they've been playing. Becton and Fenn held it down. Our guards were terrible. Yeah, all the pressure was really coming up the middle. I mean, like I said, Alex Lewis is just not a good player. He's not a starting guard, and that's what I was kind of trying to say this whole time. They really need to go out and get a guard and get that addressed early in the draft, maybe second round. But definitely need to go out and address the interior offensive line. At some point, you got to realize the Buffalo D is really good, and you have to give them some credit. Yeah, the Buffalo defense is good, and it doesn't get any easier next week against San Francisco. So they're going to have even better defense, even better pass rushers. So it's going to be a real test. Wirfs seems solid today for Tampa Bay. I didn't watch any of the Tampa Bay game. What position? I don't even know what position he's playing for them. If he's playing tackle or guard, I'm not sure if he's playing left tackle or right tackle. But I know that Wills got hurt, from what I heard, pretty early, so I don't think he played very much. And obviously Andrew Thomas we'll see tomorrow. The 49ers lost today, and I'll tell you what, if the offense showed any life today, I would have felt a little confident going into next week because the 49ers are very banged up at wide receiver, so I don't think they can take advantage fully of our poor corners. And like I said, the running backs for the Bills didn't do much. So our run defense is solid, and that's the strength of the San Francisco offense is their running backs and their running offense, which I think we can hold in check, but we're going to not be able to move the ball at all against that defense. And that's going to be the big thing, right? We're not going to be able to move the ball against that defense, and I don't have any confidence in it. So even if our defense can kind of hold them because their offense is not that good either, I just don't really see us scoring against them. So we're probably going to be 0-2 unless we can kind of catch them on the whole traveling from West Coast to East Coast. 3-10 in the history with 49ers. So, yeah, I just – like I said, just a tough game for us today. I'm going to lose the comment section really, really quick because I have it through my phone right now, and my phone is about to die. I didn't think I was going to need it, so I didn't have it on the charger. And the comment section is not coming through here on StreamYard. I set it up on StreamYard because I thought maybe there was a chance I'd bring somebody else on. But with everybody kind of talking, I didn't. So Super Bowl lag, they're going to have an average year. Gardner Minshew beat the Colts. Maybe we have a chance week 3. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't, super high on the Colts. Phillip Rivers is kind of getting towards the back end there. We'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying not to overreact over one game. It was a weird offseason. We had all new 5 offensive line. Let's give this team some time. Let's kind of see. Like I said, I agree with you guys, man. I didn't come on here, and I'm not going to try to sit here and defend Gase. I told you guys all offseason, and you notice I said, let's just give him a chance. That's what I wanted to see going into the year because last year was kind of a fluky year. But, hey, he didn't inspire any confidence week 1. And I told you guys, so I'll be the first one to, say that he needs to do a better job. And he does. He does. But like I said, what I don't want people to think is that's the end-all be-all. People are making it seem like if we fire Gase and hire Eric Bieniemy, there we go, we're going to win the division next year. No. There's just not enough talent, on the team. Or like if we had Mike McCarthy and if we had hired him, like we'd be so much better right now. No, we wouldn't. Would we be a little bit better? Sure, possibly. But we still would have, lost today. That's where I'm at with it. So I really don't know what else to say. Like I said, we got the 49ers coming up next. It's going to be very important for our defensive line and our front 7 to contain that run offense. And then we're really going to see. I think this might be a little bit of a better matchup for us. I mean, actually, let me not say that. I was going to say about the defensive line versus our offensive line. Because it seems like the strength of our offensive line is going to be the tackles. I think Fant and Beecham and Becton are better than Van Roten and Lewis. And the Bills have a very, very good interior defensive pass rush, but so do the 49ers. And that's what the 49ers just got studs all across that defensive line. I was just thinking more Nick Bosa at first. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to see if they can even give Sam any amount of time next week. They're going to have that work cut out for them. If we can move the ball at all against that defense, we could have a chance. Because, like I said, I don't see them lighting up the scoreboard against us either. Like I said, they only put up 20 points today against the Cardinals. And like I said, we got one of the best rush defenses. So I think we can contain their running backs. But it's going to be another tough matchup for us and another one where, coming out with a win is going to be very, very difficult. like I said, motivated T. I would have came on here and told you guys I think we upset the 49ers if our offense didn't look so bad today. Because I said that. I said that that is a spot where we can get an upset early in the year when the schedule first came out. Because I said, hey, the 49ers coming all the way across country. Their offense is predicated on running the football, and our defense is one of the best in the league at stopping the run. So I said, that we had a chance, and I liked that matchup. But like I said, with how bad our offense looked today, there's no way that you can sit there and say that, we're going to be able to move the ball against the 49ers. It's not going to happen. So, no, I don't think we have a chance against the 49ers. Dark Demonic says, stop. I don't know what you want me to stop. I'm being honest, man. We have a good run defense. Did you not see that today? Whenever the Bills handed the ball to one of their running backs, they got nowhere. And that was just a fact. And we had the number 1 or number 2 run defense last year. So, yes, when Josh Allen ran, he got there. But, that was more he was running after dropping back. That was more like we don't have somebody that can spy the quarterback. And Jimmy G is not like Josh Allen where he's going to be able to run on us. So, but like I said, we're not going to be able to move the ball against their defense, so it doesn't really matter. If Bell doesn't fall down and hurt his hamstring, he's taking that to the house. There was no one around him. Yeah, well, he also got tugged too, so that kind of put him off balance on that play. But I tell you what, the one thing that baffles me, man, is Sam was having such a horrendous game, and then he hits this beautiful pass down the sideline to Le'Veon Bell and drives us right down the field before the half, and we end up kicking the field goal. We need to run more hurry-up offense. Sam and I said this last year too, Sam seems so much more comfortable in the no huddle and just getting right up on the line. Like, I think they need to just do that more. I don't understand why they don't. Again, that's just Gase, I don't know, trying to just not realizing what's working. I don't know, but the no huddle, the hurry up offense is where Sam seems to excel, and they need to get in there. They need to start utilizing so many people too. Where was Ryan Griffin today? I didn't even see him on the field at all. I mean, I heard he played like 12 or 15 plays, but I don't think he was targeted once. Just real tough, real tough. So Josh Allen was in the pocket so long. Yeah. I'm gonna have to turn down the comments now, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go comments for the rest of it without the comments for the rest of this. So sorry I can't interact with you guys. Like I said, my phone just died on me, and I cannot for the life of me get these comments to work up here. So, like I said, I'm gonna do probably end this a little bit earlier than usual. I'm gonna go through and just run through all the position groups again, give my quick feedback on what I thought, because I can't comment back with you guys now. So. Sam Darnold left a lot to be desired. I need to see a lot of improvements from him. That was the most upsetting thing for me today, was how erratic some of his throws were. And I'll tell you what, one of the things I didn't mention either is it's crazy because my buddy's a big Bills fan. He's from Buffalo. We talk a lot, and we have honest conversations back and forth. Where he talks a lot. We talk about Josh Allen. We talk about Sam Darnold. And we're always talking, how good of friends they are and all this. It's like, it's funny because they're such good friends, but it's like one runs too much and the other one doesn't run enough. Josh Allen runs way too much. He needs to stop that. He fumbled twice. If they're going to be a real competitive team, he has to realize that he has to throw the ball more. Obviously, he threw for over 300 yards today, but you can't run the ball 4 or 5 times in a row on dropbacks. That's what causes you to fumble like he did. And then you have Sam Darnold, who, refuses to run. He ran once today, and it's like that interception that he threw when he just lollipopped it into the middle of the field. He could have ran for the first down. Run, use your legs. Last year I kind of understood. I thought the mono, the whole flak jacket thing. Maybe that's why he's not running. Maybe he's trying to protect himself more. But there's no excuses now. He wants to make the play too much with his arm. When it's there and you can have it by running, go get it, right? And then it's funny because then the next drive, when they go down and get the field goal before the end of the half, he picks up a first down or close to a first down on a run play. Then he goes like he's going to run again, draws the defense up, flips it over to Crowder for a nice gain. That's the thing. Push the envelope. You have the athletic ability. Show them that you're willing to run and show them that you will if it's open. And that's the thing. I want to see him utilize that more. He should have 3, 4, 5 runs a game. Not designed runs. You're not going to run the option with him where, but when he drops back or when he's rolling out, take off and run every once in a while. Show them that you'll do that, right? So you can start to maybe make those defenders be a little more honest. So I really want to see that from Sam Darnold moving forward. Like I said, the one drive he did it. He got a nice run on the one play. Then he drew the defenders up, like I said, got the nice gain in Crowder. So you can see how it can impact the offense and how it can help. Running backs, it's crazy because you started to get a little excited. You started to see a little something with Bell in the passing game. And you're like, man, look, Gase is finally using him in that sense. And then he gets hurt, right? And you're like, man, now we can't see it anymore. It's like you finally start to do it, and he goes down. So that was tough to see. I really want to see what Perine can do. I think Gore and Perine kind of fit this offense a little bit better than Bell. I think one of the big issues with Bell is he's that patient style that our team just isn't built to make successful. Right? The offensive line is not good enough. And then you have him catch that screen pass where he could have got more yards, but he starts to do his little patient dance to get the guys in front of him and gets tackled from behind. Right? It's like you got to just get up and go, man. With this team, when your offensive line's, still a work in progress, you can't play the patient game because they're not good enough for that. The offensive line, I thought, played okay for the fact that none of them have ever played together. They didn't have any preseason games. The interior offensive line was the issue. There was a lot of pressure right up the middle. The guard position, I would say particularly, was the one that, had the most issues. I think the tackles held up all right. Tight ends, not a very good game, right? Herndon coughs away to tight end screen. Griffin is a non-factor. Wesco, non-factor. I thought this was going to be a strength of the team. Don't think they utilized them appropriately in week one. Wide receivers, completely disaster. You take away the one lucky play, the one lucky screen for almost 70 yards, and they did nothing. Could not get separation, dropped a few passes, did not look good at all. Defensive line from the run defense, not bad. From pass rushing, horrible, right? Tackling, not good. Linebackers, same. How many times did we have Josh Allen dead to rights either for a sack or for a tackle for a short gain on a run, and we miss him, right? You got somebody, who was it? I don't know if that was May or Jenkins on the one play screaming off the edge. Josh Allen just does one little quick turn. They fly right by him. These mobile quarterbacks, like the announcer even said, when you have the mobile quarterbacks, you got to start breaking down like right before them. You can't just run through them because they can make that one little quick move and you go flying, right? So you got to start to kind of break down and be ready to shift because they're going to be able to make moves. It's not like, you have a stoic guy like, Peyton Manning back there, right? Where you just aim right for him and you just run right through him. These guys can move, right? So you got to be ready to make that move as well. So, a lot to be desired when it comes to pass rush. Corners, not very good. Like I said, Blessian Austin, not bad. I really, Poole had a nice game in the slot, but we kind of expect that from him. That other cornerback spot is just not very good. I do have to admit, though, that one pass interference, I don't think that was a pass interference. That's a little suspect. He's running – the receiver's running right into him. They kind of come together, barely any contact. He more slipped than anything. I thought that was a bad call for Hairston, but that happens, right? And then the safety play, not bad. May had a very, very good game. Filled that Jamal role very, very nicely. And that's why everybody's like, well, how much would it, man, we wish we had Jamal. But it's like May looked just like Jamal out there, making the plays just like Jamal does. Forced a fumble, had 2 sacks, had 2 passes defended, 10 tackles. What else do you want from the guy, right? We just got to, we got to come out. We got to play a much, much better game against what I would say is a much better team too. It's going to be tough next week. I don't think we win even at home with them coming across. I just don't think this offense is ready. We got to just hope to, my big thing now with this year is I just hope to get Perine back soon. I don't think Mims will be back for a while. I just hope we can see something from Mims this year. But I just want to see some of these rookies back because I want to see what they can do. I want them to play so that they can develop, right? That's the biggest thing. Like we got to hope that we can build and that we can say, hey, we have some pieces for the future. So the big thing coming out of this year is we got to hope that we can say Sam Darnold's the answer. We got to hope that we can say Mekhi Becton is the answer at left tackle. We got to hope that we can say Connor McGovern is the starting center of this team moving forward. Maybe even Fant as the right tackle, right? Perine as at least a piece in the running back field. Mims as at least a number 2 receiver, right? We got to be able to say some of these things on the offense because if we come out with a bunch of question marks, it's going to be tough, man. We need to know that we have some pieces moving forward. And after a game like today, you don't feel very confident about it. Like I said, you're not going to overreact over one game, especially in an offseason like this where they had no mini camps, no preseason games, but definitely not the start you wanted to see. They did, for what it's worth, they did play a little bit better in the second half than the first. Whether that was the Bills kind of knowing they kind of had the game in the bag and can turn it on whenever they wanted to or not, so be it. Like I said, we got to just see what happens moving forward. That's all I really got, man. Like I said, without being able to see your guys' comments and really be able to interact anymore, I don't know what else to say, man. All I got to say is there's no way we can blame this on just one guy, I should say. Gase is obviously part of the problem. He's not the only part of the problem. And that's the big thing is that this team is further away than I thought they were. And that's sad to see. But hopefully we get a few of these guys back. Hopefully we can just, like I said, get some of these guys to play. That's the big thing too. Like I know Demonic always rips people and says, hey, no excuses. No, you don't want to hit injuries. I'm not even saying the injuries for us playing better or for us potentially trying to win games. I just want these guys back so they can get experience at this point. Because like I said, I know that we're not doing nothing this year. And I just want to see these guys be able to play, develop, grow, and hopefully start to improve. And they can't do that if they're injured. And that's the big thing, man. Like I said, I just hope we get some of these guys back in the field. But let me know what you guys think. Am I completely off base? I don't think so, man. Like I said, I think that, like I said, trying to say that the coach is going to make the world a difference. Yes, he will make a difference, but not as big as some of these Jet fans are making it seem. I tell you, I've been listening to it all day. They make it seem like that's it. We hire a new coach and we're going to win the Super Bowl. It's not happening. Or if we draft Trevor Lawrence, we're going to win the Super Bowl. It's not happening, right? We have a long road ahead of us. Hopefully Joe Douglas is the right guy for the job. We have to see, right? We can't evaluate his free agency class or his draft class off one game. But like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's see how it goes next week. As always, jet up, guys.